Hey, you absolute legends. We are not at the beautiful Make Believe Studios today. Today, I'm with my good friend Dom. And Dom, have you ever wanted to go to a place that had all of the synthesizers?
Yeah, I dream about that place frequently.
Well, let's go check it out right now.
You fellas look like you're looking for some synthesizers.
So,
Well, you came to the right place.
let me introduce you to Aaron Gum, who's
How you doing? I'm Aaron Gum.
beautifully
Nice to meet you.
not wearing
Rick,
shoes.
Love you. Not wearing shoes, yeah. I put shoes on to go crawling around the attic to get some boxes for the Oberheim and the third wave. Come on, check out the home arcade, guys. Yay!
Let's get it.
A lot of pinball machines. More pinball machines. Some arcade machines. I need to figure out what's wrong with Asteroids. It didn't boot up last time I tried turning it on. 4-player Simpsons, always a classic. This Dragon's Lair is running off the original Laserdisc.
Really?
This one here is a solid state replacement.
Okay.
Yes. We got some of the older machines in here. Black Hole Haunted House. Space Duel's fun. And I converted this bathroom into a blacklight hangout room. As I kind of ran out of places to sit down, I was like, people need a place to sit down and kind of chill.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I took out the toilet and sink and...
You ever had like events like where people just be here?
I've had a few things like that, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Desolantron, with music composed by Wendy Carlos.
Dang.
Yes.
You're not going to update it with the Daft Punk soundtrack?
That'd be fun, but that's just not the 1983 original.
Yeah,
This is beautiful. So when you come downstairs, which one do you play?
Well, Weird Al's Museum of Natural Hilarity is one of my newer ones, and it's just fun. It's got like 25 or 27 Weird Al songs in there. But I think my all-time favorite has to be Attack from Mars.
Come here, tasty human.
That's great.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys want to see some synthesizers?
Yes.
All right, come on up. So anyways, this is the library. This is where I keep all my synthesizers, drum machines, sound making, and arcade monitors that I'm not currently using elsewhere in the house. There's fun things like the Poly Evolver keyboard, DX7. There's the Roland XP80, which is based off of like the 1080 sound stuff.
Yeah.
So again, like the sound cards in those are known to explode. But the sounds in there are very unique if you're into that weird like 90s Roland. And of course the dance card has always been my favorite.
So we were talking about that because that's a lot of the Max Martins.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've got that card.
Yeah. That's it.
Should we?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back.
What's the TV screens like original for like the?
Those are arcade monitors. So
Okay.
if one of the monitors goes bad, I usually have like one that's at least halfway decent to like plop it in so I can then work on the other one.
Got you.
I did just get the remake of the SP 1200 if that's something you guys want to play with too.
Dang.
I don't know how you program it.
Oh man, it's a lot more. It's really intuitive.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but also, you're not going to immediately be like Dilla overnight without really getting in there and knowing how it works.
I'll touch it. It talk to me like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing is sampling on it, right?
Oh yeah. The sampling for that weird 12-bit crunchiness like that, and then and it's all back. And there's an Access virus down here, and there's my original Rev 3 Prophet 5 in there. I also have the Prophet 10 in the other room if you guys want it. Which one's this? Oh, this is the ESQ1, I believe. Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah.
That's fun. That's very fun for digital sound.
So what kind of sounds are you looking to capture?
Yeah, like really like sounds that like our parents would be familiar with. You know what I'm saying? But like bringing them into like now. So I guess they're like 70s, even 60s a little bit. Like like 70s, really 80s for sure. Like right on the edge of like being familiar to us even. You know what I'm saying?
Well, something like the Mellotron's like great for that because you get like that crazy, especially like the string stuff and those, obviously like the Beatles, Strawberry Field is like arguably the most notable use for it, but
100%.
It was all throughout, like disco and prog rock and all kinds of stuff in the era like that. So that definitely adds like a certain vintage flavor that you just don't really get from most things.
For sure, 100%.
So are you looking for a lot of mono synths or you need some polys?
Yeah, like a couple polys, some monos, some in-betweeners, like mono polys.
I mean, I've got a lot of, I've got a lot of interesting like character monos, like the Roland System 100 Model 100. This is like one of the granddaddies of like the Roland mono synths like that. This is like early Human League, et cetera, like that. Then you got like the SH-101, the more modern.
Yep.
And by more modern, I mean like in a few years, which is still like 40 years ago now.
Yeah. Every time I plug one of those in, I get the coolest like sounds.
Absolutely. And I've got like guys like this. This is kind of
this is sick, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
The micro cord.
Yeah, I've got a micro cord. I've got the reissue too. The reissue's fun because it's kind of like based more off of the revision model of this.
Yeah.
From like the normal like warm leatherette and
and
stuff like that. So that's really fun for doing stuff.
Maybe that like the micro cord.
I've got an MS-10 over here too, an original MS-10. That's kind of fun and for being like a mono. I mean, it's got like early use of like pulse width modulation. So you can get those fun like PWM sounds and. And there's like the more modern, like where's the original? Is that the?
Oh yeah,
there's like sub daddies and. But hey, let's take a quick little look
the drum
in the other room.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of drums.
And I'll show you.
What's the coolest drum thing you got? This is dope.
I've got a lot of cool drum things. Got a lot of cool drum things.
Check out the other room.
This is sick.
Like you're into like digital drums, like
the
like that. If you're
like the CR7, like whatever
like
70.
The Oberheim DX is always fun.
Do you have anything like the CR78?
Yeah, actually, this one here.
That's what I'm saying. I was looking at that like
this is actually pretty darn close because it's basically the same Roland type circuits that are in the CR78. It's not programmable. Otherwise, I've got like 606, 707. You guys have a 707, so you probably don't need to use mine. Normally, this hallway wouldn't have a groove synthesis third wave and an Oberheim OBX8 in it.
got you.
But those are here for you guys to
Thank you.
grab. Working on modular stuff, kind of moving things around, kind of figuring out how I'm going to reconfigure things to kind of be used a little more like that. I suppose if I had really planned this out a little more, I would have like tidied up just a little bit. But I mean, I think the chaos is part of like is part of the fun.
Hey, you know how to put it together.
The Moog Source is a fun mono like that. Again, I got the Prophet 10 here. Honestly, I would take the Oberheim OBX8 over the Prophet 10 because they can do a lot of the similar territory
Okay.
and beyond. Although, if you want something profity, I mean, there's nothing more profity than the Prophet, right? OB6, Prophet 6, JX3P, a couple different Junos. I've got an Alpha Juno in the other room. If you're going for that early 90s, like rave, kind of thing. The ARP2600 is a good mono. I've got a lot of different like modular things. I talked about Rick about bringing the Buchla Music easel command.
Yeah.
Because that's fantastic for coming out, for crazy far out sounds.
Yeah.
Jupiter 4 is fun.
Is that like a version of the Butch easel or whatever?
What's it?
The like Butch, the one that is like where you open it. It's kind of like a little suitcase. You open it up and
yes, yeah. That'd be the full music easel. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So what this is basically the command module. So this would basically be the music easel minus the touch keyboard.
Got you. Okay.
So you can get all the sounds that you could on here. It's just you don't have the touch keyboard.
You mean. Yeah. Fire.
Yeah, which I need to buy the touch keyboard.
What is up with this Voyager? Where's the other Voyager?
The other Voyager's in the other room that we were just in.
Oh.
So I've got the aluminum Voyager, and then I've got like my original Voyager I bought in from the first line. It was like back when when Bob Moog first reissued the Voyager, and he actually like signed them all.
I've been meaning to call and offer a trade to you.
You talked about that trade before, the Jupiter 6. And that's a darn good trade. I mean, if I were a wise man, I would take that trade in a heartbeat. But I'm the guy who's like, man, which one do I get rid of? I can't get rid of my aluminum, DeLorean-looking, Voyager. Because that's the one I use on stage, because it's got the blue lights and it's just like more modern.
It's a vibe, I feel you.
And you can't get rid of the other one.
The other one's my walnut one that I bought, like, brand, it was my first new, expensive, like, $3,600 synth purchase. When I was like, man, this is going to be so great. And it's got Bob Moog signature on it.
What you do is like the hometown trade where you just like trade for like years.
A really cheap one that's like, all right, Rick,
here's the time.
My arm. Take it.
Yep.
Got a bunch of like tube synth stuff, like the Metasonic stuff, tube drum machine, tube synthesizer. Those are kind of fun. Those are completely extreme, and that's a very unique sound. You're not going to get a wide variety. Yeah. But if you're looking for like crazy harsh noise or something truly experimental, those are fantastic for that kind of thing.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Look at this, the replicator in Eurorack.
Yeah. T-Rex replicator, complete with like the removable cassettes and stuff.
You just got this, right?
I just got that like a week or two ago. I haven't even used it yet. I was just kind of like figuring out where does it go so I can like, where's it so I can patch like the most stuff into it and out to my stuff. So normally it's like in my modular here like that, I've got like all different like more like drum rhythm sequencers over here, drum modules over here. Like there's clones from like the 808, 909, the CR78 is a clone in there like that.
Oh.
Like the Joe Mox kick is like the best version of a 909 kick that you're gonna find, and all these things, and like here's an entire Roland TR606 in a module.
That's amazing.
Yeah, here's a Pearl Syncussion in a module. The unicorn booms, kind of like a really enhanced like 808 boom through like a.
When you're like making your music, like what are you recording into?
Normally, if I do that, I'll just run it into here like that, and then run it into and record that through the computer.
Right. So do you just run a cable across the room and plug it into then?
Yeah, basically, I've got a DI box down there, like the radial JDI, like that. Just plug out of here like that and plug directly into there. Or I can go more direct if I want to get individual things. But program, like Roland XOX style. But in the true, like what you see is what you get. Instead of having to like go in like one line at a time, you can be like, all right, I'll do the kicks right here, my snare right here, and I'll do like the ride on the over here like that, and you can basically see exactly what you're getting.
Like it's an actual step sequence.
Yeah, and then if you plumb over here, like the clone, like 909 modules, the 808 modules, or et cetera, like that, you basically get like that Roland XOX programmability.
Yeah.
But with the modular flexibility of changing any sound, out.
That's really, really cool.
And I've got like the Roland Super Jupiter, which is halfway between a rack mount Jupiter 8 and an 8-voice Jupiter 6.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's the Jupiter 4 over there, which is, so like, if you want like more of like that early, discrete 70s, like, component charm.
Yeah.
The Jupiter 4, if you want more of like a Jupiter 8, more of like, okay, this is just like solid, it's going to nail all the sounds, then like one of the Jupiter 8 over there would be
so we're going through the room and I'm just noticing something.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of stuff in here, but there's not like any of the classics. I'm not seeing any 808s. I'm not seeing any mini moogs. What's going on?
Well, Rick, if you're not seeing any mini moogs, you're just not looking close enough.
I'm both staring at it. I was trying to get under his skin with the 808 comment.
No, I've passed up buying 808 so many times, and this is fantastic. So this is basically the System 80 880, which is a fully modular 808.
Dang.
On some, but it's. So it's
like wow sounded or like what like what's the difference between this one and like the regular? You can like do like a
this one's not 40 years old for starts.
Yeah.
And then you can patch everything.
And then you got modularity and stuff. I also have the Acid Lab Detroit, which is the 808. No, I take that back. It's the Miami. Their Detroit was the 909 that never finished. But I got the Acid Lab Miami, which was basically another clone of an 808. And I've got like the Behringer first version of the 808, which is fine, but questionable companies, so we won't get to them. But anyways, yeah, like this is very, very much like 808, and I've got tons of different 909 parts out there. Again, I've got the full voice and modular, and the Joe Mox is like an expanded.
Well, your collection is absolutely beautiful, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you.
Super dope.
So in here, what is the belle of the ball? What's the prized possession from the collection?
Well, as far as my absolute favorite, as far as like more modern made synthesizer, I've got both of them boxed up out there for you right now. The Oberheim OBX8, which normally would never leave this spot.
Yep.
And the Groove Synthesis Third Wave, which is normally straight there underneath my my desk in the little pull-out tray.
Okay.
It's the one thing that kind of like moved the OBX8 over here for me.
Got you.
Otherwise, that'd be like,
because
it's like it's just fantastic. I mean, on the surface, it's like okay, it's kind of like a PPG clone and plus. But it's the guys that were coding for like sequential circuits, and that's their synth. Yeah. So it does the PPG thing, but it also does the virtual analog thing, both with the 24 voices, actual analog filters, so you can basically nail a lot of like the Prophet-y sounds, a lot of the Oberheim-y sounds, even like the Prophet VS and stuff. You can get that sound out of there. It's just such a fun, inspirational synth to use.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Is that a 660 just on its side over there?
Yeah, I got that like a few weeks ago, and I just haven't had a chance to put it in its in a rack. I just you get to the point where you get like so many rack units. It's like, man, what's gonna like be like?
You have to like.
What do I need to like kick out and throw into the library?
What are you kicking out and throwing into the library?
Well, honestly, I could probably do without the warm LA2A for a while.
Okay.
And
these are dope.
Now the Culture Vulture's fun, but
it's super fire.
It's also like that's like the Culture Vulture and like the Evil Fuckifier. I mean, those are definitely things that are awesome to play with, and I want them like right there where they're hands on. But they also don't necessarily need to be in like the stack of all of like the Chandler like handmade like analog
These are crazy
stuff.
knobs.
Yeah, those things are great. Those things are fantastic. If you ever just need to like mangle the absolute like living daylights out of something,
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's got a germanium preamp. It goes through a tape simulation circuit.
See.
And then it has like different filters. You can basically take the high pass filter and the low pass filter and run like the high frequency stuff through its own distortion, run the low frequency through its different distortion. You can go from like diode distortion, very different types of like germanium distortions like that. You've got an inductor based EQ, and it's got a speaker up, but you can actually like drive like an actual speaker cabinet, and
That's it.
Wild.
so you can run like guitars, vocals, drum machines.
What's it called? Fucking fire.
Yeah, it's either Fuckifier or Fusifer, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Okay, so actually not fucking fire at all.
I spoke to the guys who made this like that, and they actually, when I was on the phone with one like that, he actually called it the Fuckifier.
We're calling it
okay.
the Fuckifier.
That's what it looked like. I was just like, wait.
And I don't have the I've got the manual somewhere like that. It's not like lying out right now, but the manual is like, it looks like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. It's like this old brown, and it's like
it's all like
old grimoire, and it's like
yeah, bro. This is it, bro. It's like comfortable too, where everything's like within like, you know what I'm saying, like it's within like like when you're here in Vegas shit. I'm sure you can just like.
Well, and that's an important thing, because otherwise you get to the point where like it's like, man, I want to make the sound, but do I really want to go in the other room and grab the stage?
Yeah. Or even like walk to the other. Yeah, bro. Trust me.
So then it's like so you want it to be something that's like it's conducive to being comfortable and being
when you inspire, you want to be able to like just.
When you want a mini Moog, you want it to be like right there. The Perkins is a kind of like a crazy drum synthesizer.
Yeah,
And that's got a step sequencer right on it?
It does. Yeah,
That looks fun.
It's fun. It's a little more tricky to use, but it's also fun. Otherwise, I've got like the Jomox Alpha Bass, which again is, it's the Jomox way of doing things. I mean, it's kind of like a 909 inspired thing, but it kind of goes off on its own thing. And then like I've got like stuff like the Soma Pulsar down here. It's this crazy synth made by this.
It sounds like it's about to be crazy.
Made by this Russian guy.
Check that thing out.
Oh damn! So it's a drum sequencer.
So basically it's a drum machine, but it's like it doesn't have like your traditional
Like
form for programming. But he makes a lot of interesting stuff like this. Like there's the Soma Terra, kind of like this like weird touch.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's fun too. Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Look at that. Who's making gear like this now?
Yeah, it's heavy as fuck.
Yeah. You have to actually use these little alligator clips to actually, basically patch things like you would run a modular synthesizer with a patch.
This is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
There's straight pins.
What happens if you touch, you get like electrocuted or something? You thought you touch them together?
yeah, that's a feature.
It's not real. Like you like touch them. That's crazy. That's like very. You can tell like just from the weight. It's like.
Oh yeah.
Built good. You know.
And he also has like another one of his more recent guys here is this thing here, which again is another touch instrument. Like.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whereas this one's like purely like this weird like analog feedback sound thing. This is more like a digital, almost like sample based thing, but in a way that's like really interesting and really musical.
See.
Yeah.
He's like
whatever you
just
think,
like turn it on and then like each one of these is a drum or something.
Well, it's like not really. It's more like you have I'm going to use this, but then I'm going to use these, and this is
you can mix them.
Like what your sound.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you really got to play with it. You kind of get it immediately, but it's like trying to describe it is like it's like algebra or something. It's like.
Okay. Got you.
Is there any other rooms full of synthesizers we should know about?
Well, there is, but it's kind of blocked off with
These boxes?
So like this room is more of my visual synthesis lab like that. So I've got like these are all video synthesizer modules. And but there's also fun things like the ASM Hydrosynth.
I've seen those. I've never played. Yeah.
It's fantastic. A fantastic synthesizer, especially great for playing live.
I was just about to say everybody I've seen that is like playing them.
Yeah, because you can basically set it up into performance mode where you can basically set up all your presets on here like that. So
for each song or whatever.
Like, all right, change the sound, and
I've seen these.
Yeah.
You've been buying some pedals too.
Oh yeah. Well, I find with like pedals, like most of my pedals have always been like in a bookcase in the far corner of my library.
Yep.
So I would never really use them. So instead, I decided to like put them all out here so they're all out in the open. The Tempest?
Yeah.
You want to use it?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
Yeah,
we can use it.
Yeah, that's like that's have you played
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, those are dope.
Yeah,
That's the Roger Lynn one, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to use is well, technically it's the Dave Smith one. Dave Smith and Roger Lynn worked together on this, but like where it was originally, it's got them both their names on there like that. But originally, as it was planned out, it was like the Tempest is the one that's more Dave Smith based, and then they were going to have like the Boom Chick, which was going to be the Roger Lynn one.
Okay, interesting.
But I mean, it is, yes, it is, but it's also like the story is far crazier than just like, is it the Roger Lynn one?
Is that a PV Raptor I see, dude?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got that. I've got a few different little fun things. Like this is a weird little DX, kind of FM synthesizer. That's kind of fun. The drum emulator is fun. I mean, very.
Are they like
cool.
paired together for a specific reason?
What's that?
Like the guitars with.
No, I just got to the point where it's like, I'll just hang them from like these guitar stands so that
I was
they're.
gonna say, like, if you do like a show, it's like, okay, I need. If I'm using this one, like this guitar.
Yeah. It was mostly just like A, to get them off of the floor, and B, like, where else am I going to keep them?
Yeah.
So it's like,
See.
So it's just like, yeah, this is the nice thing about these keyboard controllers is that you can basically just like hang them off of the guitar straps, and that's just
it looks cool too.
yeah. So let's see what else is there synthesizer based in here like that. I mean, again, this term's more like the video synthesizers. It's more just like the visual stuff.
It's a wild collection.
This is a fun one too. Have you used the Synclavier Regen yet?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun.
Okay.
It's so much fun. At first I was like, okay, it's basically just like a VST in a box. I'm not going to buy it. Then I was like, but it's a Synclavier created by the Synclavier team, and has all the original patches from the Synclavier. So I bought it. And it's a fantastic instrument. That's just kind of like lying out to the side because
Yeah.
But
like.
the thing is they go and they give you all the nice little balanced outputs and stuff. But look at look at how they do you on the MIDI.
How are you supposed to even use that?
Yeah. I mean, they include like the little mini jack to 5-pin DIN adapters, but it's like
Interesting. I've never seen that before.
yeah. So it's like
So it's like you get that, and then it's like the MIDI on the like a pin or something.
yeah, like there's little adapters that'll adapt it to a 5-pin DIN, but it's like all right, here's this instrument that you have to use through MIDI. It's like, and we're just gonna save space. It's like
They put full-size XLRs, but not a MIDI jack.
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Yeah, you can't even use it.
you got 1, 2, 3, 4 different accessory slots for USB.
Right.
no
So
MIDI.
so could you plug in like a M audio thing or something into this, and then it could.
You could, yeah.
That kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But then but then you can't really use it with that.
There's this reasoning behind that, but still, it's kind of but it's
Interesting. I mean,
it's fun,
what
but
is
yeah.
it like? What kind of sounds is it?
well. Have you ever heard of a song called "Beat It"?
Yeah.
Arguably one of the most famous synthesizer sounds of all time. Gong. That was a patch on the original Synclavier 2.
Okay, I've seen that.
And
yeah.
that's in here. They actually, so this is as close as you're going to get to a new instrument that actually creates that exact sound and other stuff too. Like the entire Bad album is all Synclavier, and you can go through it and you can actually hear the sounds that they use on it, which is wild.
Well, bring that thing in.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. Granted, there's certainly software emulators and you can sample it like that. I mean, there's people like a Junkie XL who sampled it for the Deadpool stuff, soundtrack, and it's you don't necessarily need to go buy a Synclavier to actually recreate just that sound.
it's cooler though.
But you could.
Yeah. It's definitely cooler. It's more like more fun.
Yeah. But no, it's so if you ever want to basically program what would have been a $1 million album in 1988, all you need is this.
Yeah. Right. Dude, I think about that a lot. It's like how much everything has gotten
Because again, you listen to Bad, the entire album like that. I mean, it's all, not all, but I mean 90% this.
yeah.
So how are we feeling?
What do you got everything you suggest? That's kind of like you try to make some not with the drums, maybe not as weird, maybe sounding, but
Well,
you know what I mean?
Again, if you're going more for that, crunchy 80s kind of thing. I mean, the Oberheim DX is fantastic. I mean, that's used on a ton of stuff. It's basically, I don't know, would you say that's like a poor man's Lindrum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The working musician's Lindrum. Let's just put it at that at the time.
The drum thing might be cool, because I sort of know how to, I don't know how to use, but I've used that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably be cool. We should probably focus on the synth side.
Yeah, I think so.
So whatever you're thinking.
And then you said you got, so what?
Yeah, I got the Oberheim OBX8, which is a fantastic synth. That basically it's got the filters and the sound from the OBX, the OBXA, and then the OBX8 like that. So it does all the Prince OBX stuff like that, and their OBXA stuff, and then it's got all the, you can do the Van Halen OBX jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a fantastic instrument. But and then the groove synthesis, which is, does great at.
Honestly, I was just the Mellotron and either the Mini Moog or that what's the other one that was that gray one?
There's the Roland that had the dance card.
Not the SH, the one that was above it.
Oh, the 101.
Yeah.
101.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. There was like the one above. I don't know. I can show you, but like,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. Like, I feel I could use those before.
So now that we've got some synths from our good buddy Aaron, we're going to head back to the studio and we're going to make some music. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and we'll talk to you shortly.
All right, next stop, make believe.
Yeah, I got about you.
Awesome.